Hello, everyone. I'm Bill Chenard, the Pembroke Town Manager, and welcome to This Week in Pembroke. I have a busy one today, a number of items and topics that we're going to be talking about. We're getting into the budget season, and warrant articles for town meeting. So I'm going to touch on that a little bit. Also have some updates about meetings and some really good news about our indoor track team. So let's start off this week with a quick conversation about the weather. This week's forecast is not very good. And if you're out driving, take some extra care as the students may be out of school. Obviously, we don't know that yet. It's still early in the week, but the forecast is for some snow and potential some icing. So take some time, watch for the students if they're out playing in the area. And if you're walking, if you're a student or a parent or anyone in town, just be alert for vehicles. With the slippery and snowy, icy conditions, sometimes vehicles will slide in. If you're extra alert, that 1 second step away may avert a disaster. So just take some care and be cautious. So I'm going to move on now to this week's meeting schedule. We have a number of meetings this week and before we meet again next week. The library trustees will be meeting on the 1st at 7 o'clock at the Pembroke Public Library. They're actually going to be conducting an interview for a potential new library director. So that's pretty exciting. Conservation Commission will have their regularly scheduled meeting on the 2nd at 7 o'clock. That will be at Pembroke Town Hall. The Public Safety Building will also have a meeting at Pembroke Town Hall at 6 o'clock. And then Historic District Commission, another meeting on the 2nd at 7:30. The assessors will be meeting on March 6th. That's next Monday, actually. Planning Board also on March. Assessors at 5:30, Planning Board at 7 o'clock. If you want to see what's going on with those meetings or any other meetings that may be happening in the future, the agendas are available on the town's website. That's pembroke-ma.gov. And many of these meetings are actually televised on PAC TV. In fact, 3 of the meetings we alluded to here, the Public Safety Building Committee, the Historic District Commission, and the Planning Board are all planned to be televised on PAC TV. So tune in and watch them. If you don't feel like coming out to the meeting, sit home, and enjoy them on TV. So I'm going to move on now to a discussion about town meeting. Our town meeting, annual town meeting and a special town meeting are both scheduled for May 9th. The warrants are out. The board approved the warrants last week. The annual town meeting has 19 articles this year and the special has 2 articles. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to take a little bit of time, not a lot of time, just a little bit of time to talk about the warrant articles. So this week I'm going to talk about 2 of them. Article 1 for the annual town meeting is the wage and classification article. And what that does is that sets wages and classification for all employees that are not contract employees. So if you're a member of a collective bargaining unit, then you're covered under a collective bargaining agreement. But the wage and wage and classification, the town meeting must vote that to change any wages or change any classification. So Article 1 will cover that at a town meeting. And then Article 2 of the town meeting is our actual operating budget. That's our general fund budget. This year, our general fund budget is $72,749,127. We are currently do have a balanced budget. We're watching several areas as things will change over the next couple of months. One of those being state aid. Our healthcare costs will get set next week, we believe. So that will start to firm that number up and hopefully we can retain that and be under budget and go to town meeting with a reasonable budget that can get approved. So next item I'm super excited about. As people know who have watched this show several times, I'm a huge sports fan and love it when young athletes succeed. So this week I am really pleased to announce that 2 of our indoor track team, the Titans indoor track team, Andrew Gleason and Sarah Claflin, both won state championships. They both won in not the same race. Obviously, one is female, one is male, but they both won the 55 millimeter dash in their class. They both set new school records in doing that. So that is super exciting. And just a note about that, they're both going to be competing in the New Balance National Championship. So good luck to them. We're super excited to have champions in this town. Just talking sports, staying with that topic for a second. The boys hockey team has a game on Thursday, March 2nd at 7:30 at Hobbamock Arena here in Pembroke. And just prior to that, the girls will be playing at 5:30 at Hobbamock Arena. That's the girls hockey. Boys basketball has a game that same night at 7 o'clock at Marblehead. So go out, support our teams. It's virtually limited costs. I mean, it's super cheap and can be super exciting. And students, parents, anybody looking for something to do, high school sports are a huge event. So that's all I have for this week. I look forward to seeing you again next week for This Week in Pembroke.